I think I have a guess as to who the Antichrist is. And it's not Peter Thiel. I'm not an expert on the Antichrist. I didn't major in theology. It didn't matter because of what I majored in. I never got a degree, so twice. So I think that, I'm not an expert in this field or any field, and I do believe that I know I'm wrong, but I have a really good guess. But first I want to say, yes, the president is sick. The president is on his way to the pasture, on his way to the pasture lands. He is coming back home, Daddy Trump. Please be there to welcome him in your loving embrace. What do you mean? What do you mean you're busy? Well, you can't. You're gonna send somebody to do it? You're not gonna be there yourself? No wonder. I wondered where he learned that. Okay, well, yeah, it's not ideal, but I don't give a fuck. I know people are out there hoping and wishing and praying and wishing and hoping and wishing upon stars, wishing in your cars or at the bars with your friend Lars, who wants to go to Mars. I know that you guys have been really excited about this, and I'm of the opinion that he is definitely sick. If they can't even put his attention slut face on the camera for 5 minutes, or put him up on this little balcony up there and have him wave from the top and say, "Hi, I'm alive." So knock it off, you radical left liberals. They even used the expression proof of life on that video. I mean, that was debunked this morning. I forgot about it, and then I made other videos about Epstein and leaked emails, and then Flint Town Brown showed it to me again, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta put my 2 cents in here. So yeah, I think that he's definitely something wrong with him. Definitely. So, if this administration succeeds at anything, it's at putting its own foot in its mouth and always making a scandal worse. Every scandal they've had, they've somehow managed to bungle and make it worse than it started out. I don't know how they do it. It's got to be like a natural talent. It's incredible to watch. It is. It's a sight to behold. And look what they've just done. Instead of just putting him out there for 5 minutes, or just explaining that the president is ill and he's maybe at Walter Reed, or he's getting care in his bed at home, he's being taken care of. Don't worry, he'll be out here, full of, spit and vinegar in a couple days. He's just resting. I mean, anything. Oh, he got COVID. So, but they couldn't do that, and that is telling. That is more telling than if they would have just come up with some dipshit excuse. To use an old video. How long did they get out with that Epstein video before we're all screaming that a minute was cut out? At least. They always make shit worse for themselves. It's incredible. So, and I was sitting there thinking about it, and thinking about, this 4-part series that Peter Thiel is going to do on the Antichrist, even though he's got absolutely no experience, religion, theology, any of it. He's a gay man. God, Christians hate you. They say it says right in the Bible that gay people are scum of the earth, and it's a sin what you do, laying with man. I mean, all that shit. So, he's not an expert. I don't know why he's doing it. But who thinks who thinks that God told him that he was Moses? Who went to Israel with farmers and 2 red heifers that they need for their, that they need so that it has to be blemish free, it can't have any marks on it at all, and it can't even have like 1 black hair or 1 white hair. And it has to have, every single hair has to be red. And the heifers so far that they've had, they've all been, none of them have been good enough. They even sacrificed one, but it wasn't, maybe they were practicing, because I'm sure they haven't played that game in a while, except for Gaza. But I think that they brought some cattle ranchers over there, Texas cattle ranchers, who are doing it for God. Like they gave up their lives in Texas to go there and breed these fucking heifers just so that Israel can take its place when the rapture comes. Mike Johnson's West Bank trip tied to apocalyptic prophecy. So House Speaker Mike Johnson, his recent visit to the occupied West Bank wasn't just a political gesture. It was part of a years-long evangelical campaign tied to end times prophecy. Ryan Grimm reports Johnson has personally supported a movement to rebuild the Jewish Third Temple, which would require the destruction of Al-Aqsa Mosque. In 2023, he invited a rabbi and Texas evangelical behind the shipment of 5 red heifers to Israel, animals central to the biblical purification ritual meant to trigger the apocalypse. The heifers were flown to Israel as pets to bypass export laws. Land was quietly acquired near the Temple Mount for the sacrifice, and Johnson recently toured the site where the heifers are now being raised. This is interesting. When Hamas spokesman Abu Abaida began a speech marking the 100th day of the war in Gaza, one confounding yet eye-opening proclamation escaped the headlines, listing the motives for the Palestinian militant group's October 7 massacre in Israel. He accused Jews of bringing red cows to the Holy Land. The cows he was talking about are red heifers, which now graze at a secure, undisclosed location in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Some Jews and Christians believe that they're the key to rebuilding the Jewish temple that once stood in Jerusalem and beckoning the Messiah. Oh my God, I just jumped down a rabbit hole of a Reddit chat that they believe that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. Well, and they also say he remember when Zelensky was in the office with him in the White House, and he said to him, "Well, I can't have an election because we're at war." And he said, "Oh, so literally, I swear to God, he said this. So if we're at war in 3.5 years, then we can't have an election?" They reposted the thing where he was talking about Laura Trump and big rating success, but you put racist sleazebag Charlemagne the God, and in parentheses it says, "Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname?" So I don't know. I think he's in pretty sorry condition. I think he's pretty bad off. Whether we're going to learn the truth and how long it's going to take for us to learn the truth, those are questions I do not have the answers for, unfortunately. You guys have a nice night. I'm on to the next thing.